Emily, when you hear about the Kotz family, when you hear about people, fathers, I was seeing yesterday our own John Roberts interviewing a family, the father in the hospital, because he was defending his children, his wife, who all lived, but he was so riddled with bullets, made it, but in pretty dire condition.
That's right. That Kotz family, they used to live in Boston. They decided to move to Israel, to the kibbutz, to have that peaceful life, that perceived peaceful life, and especially in their participation in the demonstration of such with the kites. It's what makes it so hard and difficult to bear, the shaping of the narrative that we've been hearing from the extremist left and from college campuses and from some Congress members who refuse to denounce this as inhumane, monstrous atrocities. And what makes us gag and want to look away is what that entire country and people are facing every day, all day. And I'd like to, flesh out a little further exactly what Hezbollah has, because Iran's imprint, the fact that our administration says there's no direct evidence of Iran's imprint, but we know that per the State Department, which estimates this, Iran helps fund Hezbollah with about $700 million a year, and then they raise another $300 million on its own. We've had estimates from our administration and others, 20,000 up to 100,000 fighters, says the Hezbollah leader in 2021. And as our discussion earlier touched on, Hezbollah has up to 150,000 rockets and missiles. They also have precision system, thanks to Iran's help. So while we have seen the grotesque massacre, the attempted eradication of Israel and its peaceful people, we are now going to see and bracing ourselves for the continued wrath of the neighboring countries. We know the Iranian leader said those countries have their fingers on the trigger. We need to listen to them. And that is also why I hate to meld topics here, but that's why we need a speaker today, and we need to get our act together so that we can show that solidarity and show that strength with Israel. They need it so desperately right now.
Nicole, they need it more than ever because they're staring down this map. Let's pull it up. Trey Yingst has done such a nice job describing it. It's not just Hezbollah, it's not just Hamas. There are Iranian proxies everywhere. And look at this. All of these countries in yellow have Iranian proxies, and then you have Iran itself there. When they're looking at a multi-front war, this is tough to look at.
I mean, they're getting hit from every side. It's quite complex and very overwhelming. And I think that it's important to, again, focus on the victims of this, the family that you described. These are barbaric savages that have harmed and killed people. And for those in America to think that we have protesters that think that they're, Israel is to blame for this. And it's just absolutely horrific and disgusting and abhorrent. And you look at that map and it's complex, and it's going to be tough to take on this challenge.
And you wonder if that's the goal, Brian. New York Times reporting Hassan Nasrallah, the leader of Hezbollah, held an hours-long online meeting in March with an elite group of strategists from all the Iran-backed militias and told them to get ready for a war with Israel with a scope and reach, including a ground invasion that would mark a new era. That was according to two participants from Iran and Syria. Unclear, the Times said. They've heard varying accounts whether this attack in particular was discussed, but it seems like they're planning something big.
Yeah, Nasrallah is the spokesperson because he feels as though they did so well. I think it was 2006 when Israel went into Lebanon to go after them and only had limited success. All the commanders were fired. But part of it is you don't want to have a multi-front war. I get it. But if you're Israel, you're putting off the inevitable. You just say, OK, if I could fight Hamas now, in 3 years, I'm fighting Hezbollah. Hamas reconstitute, Islamic Jihad. And then we see that they've been hitting into Syria at a regular basis because of the terror enclaves that have built around Assad. Why have they not declared war and gone all in for Ukraine? Because the Russians are letting them hit and take out some of those groups. So if Israel is planned, and they are the military machine that they're touted to be and have shown to be, maybe this is the time. Maybe this is the time you throw off the gloves and say, OK, let's get this over with. And say, I got 300,000, 60,000 people mobilized now. And this is the moment where everyone understands the brutality that's been inflicted on us. This is the time to go all in instead of a limited exchange. And I get the sense that they know as soon as they go into Gaza that they're going to have to fight in the north. And I think their intelligence is picking that up.
Well, look, we haven't talked about the West Bank. And we saw Secretary of State Blinken with the head of, technically, he's part of the membership of Fatah. But he's trying to be the head of it, but he doesn't have the street. He doesn't have the citizens. I learned that today from a general. So what does this look like? Well, Fatah has its own military. And if they are listening to the street, they might want to get together with Hamas.
Yep.
So they're to the north.
Another side.
Yeah, they're to the north, the West Bank, and then you've got Lebanon, then you've got Syria, and to the south, Egypt says, we really don't want any part of this. Don't send us anybody. No Palestinians, nobody. So Israel is on its own out there except for us. And all I would say to this president is you better not bluff. When you say don't, you better mean it. The Eisenhower is joining the Gerald Ford now, the battleships now with brigades. It can't just look strong. We have to be strong.
You have militias, and you have they used to have countries go at them. Now they have militias and terror groups go at them. So these countries go, it's not me, it's these guys.
Yeah,
that's right. So much more to come, including this. The Hamas terror attack on Israel is raising security concerns here and across the globe. In Belgium, authorities have raised the terror alert level after a gunman claiming to be inspired by the Islamic State was shot dead after killing 2 people. France, meanwhile, is now on its highest state of alert after a teacher was stabbed to death and 2 others gravely wounded in an attack on a school, being condemned as barbaric Islamic terrorism, that attack. Those lone wolf attacks come as FBI Director Christopher Wray warned of a sharp uptick in threats since the Hamas attack on Israel and is urging Americans to be vigilant of lone wolf actors inspired by Hamas. U.S. Customs and Border Protection confirms that 4 Iranians on the terror watch list have been apprehended at our southern border since the beginning of the month. And 151 total border crossers on that watch list have been apprehended this year alone. Agents fear many more may have already entered the country with the thousands of known gotaways that have gone unencountered by the overstretched Border Patrol. Nicole, we're so grateful that you are here with us today for your insights specifically into this. What do you know?
Well, first of all, the southern border is an absolute nightmare. It is catastrophic for our country. I cannot tell you how dangerous that is. I myself, before joining the FBI, I worked in finance. I was a witness to the 9/11 terrorist attacks here in New York City. And as a former FBI agent, I can tell you that the FBI's focus needs to be on international terrorism right now. Over and over and over, we've heard about domestic terrorism, going after school board parents, going after, Catholic intel reports, January 6th Capitol breachers. Right now is the time that they need to be focusing on what the true threat is. And as Christopher Wray addressed the nation on Saturday, this is a threat. And I think that protecting the United States from a terrorist attack is the FBI's #1 priority. I think that the lone actor, those are very difficult to track. They are not linked into larger organizations. They are recruited they want a sense of belonging. They want to feel legitimate. They want to be a part of a social structure. They are difficult to track down. And the FBI needs to make sure that they are dedicating resources for every single tip that is coming in.
So on that end, quick follow-up, do you feel we are equipped? Notwithstanding the FBI stating it's our #1 priority, we are learning in the first 2 weeks of this fiscal year, so many on the terror watch list, so many Iranians, Palestinians, and the like that have snuck through our southern border. So while it remains their priority, are we equipped to address these threats?
Well, if you don't know who's coming into your country, then how do you even know who is on the terror watch list? They're not going to make a terror watch list if you don't even know who they are. We make so much effort in the FBI and the military to protect our country, but yet we have a wide open border. The FBI, they need to make sure that all hands are on deck, that the focus of the January 6th Capitol breach that's been going on for 2.5 years, I can tell you voluminous resources were dedicated to that. No one believes in violence at the Capitol, but for misdemeanors to continue to be charged for 2.5 years later, yet now we have a potential international terrorist attack here on our doorstep, I reassure you that Americans are more concerned about getting attacked by an international terrorist right now than they are about someone that breached the Capitol on January 6th. So I hope that they shift the resources accordingly. I also think that these rallies that are being held and those that are, sympathetic towards Hamas, that needs to be looked at. People are going after Trump supporters and MAGA supporters, and that's allegedly the #1 threat in our country. But yet we need to make sure that we're looking at all threats facing us right now.
And the argument, Brian, is that part of that social and civil agitation that's been occurring here, the lack of a speaker is just the tip of the iceberg, is exactly what the world is looking at. And that our civil state of unrest, including that of Israel's politically, that predated the attack, that it sets us up and renders us more vulnerable.